Hi there. This is Diana Angelo with Quintrix. I'm a talent acquisition associate here, and we're chatting tonight with Samuel Wynsma. He's one of our Quintrix alums, and Alex Hamilton, who is the director of talent acquisition here at Quintrix.
All right, so we're excited here to be here today with Samuel and discuss his experience. And that's really what this video is going to be all about. So we're going to get some real good insight, Samuel, from your experience thus far that you've had with Quintrix and with your job. Okay, so I would just start by asking you, what is your job that you're currently working right now?
So right now I'm working automation testing and also manual testing, a QA engineering role for Cognizant. I think it's a software development engineer and test is what it's called.
Yes, you'd be right. SDET, SDET. So that's perfect. Okay, so you're an SDET engineer. That is great. And what program were you in with Quintrix? When you trained, you probably obviously were in the SDET training program, right? That's where you started out?
Yeah, that was the program I was in.
And how long was that project for?
That was about 3 months, I believe.
Okay, so 3 months, and then after that, you were able to land the job obviously with Cognizant and become an SDET engineer, which is great. And what was your job search like before you actually started working with Quintrix?
It was quite the rough process. I had originally, when I got out of college, I originally had high hopes and high expectations, and was kind of blind to how the process would work. So for the first year or two, I struggled on that. I got a job at Safeway to make money at first, and then I got another job at H&R Block because I needed a job where I could sit down. And then I got a job as a game tester in a local company here, and that's when I started returning to a desire to go back into computer science again.
Oh, good. Okay, so you do have the computer science background already, which is great. Obviously, it gave you a leg up in the training, obviously, to become an SDET engineer, right? I'm sure it didn't hurt at all. How's the job going for you just in general now?
Going pretty well. I've learned a lot of things on the job, and I think I've been doing a pretty good job. The people there say that I've been doing a good job, and I really like it when when I'm doing good, when I'm doing well.
Well, Diana, I know you got some questions for Samuel as well, so I'll turn it over to you.
Perfect. Good. So, Samuel, I just wanted to talk a little bit about your experience with Quintrix, and we'll start at the beginning. How did you find Quintrix, and what interested you in what we were doing?
While I was looking around to get back into computer science, I found Quintrix on Indeed and applied because it looked very, very good, and also I figured a program that would help me get into where I want to be would be a pretty good idea given my struggles before that point.
Right, right. I mean, and we talked about that. We often see sometimes companies that are looking to hire even for something that they're calling entry level. They want you to have several years of experience. So it makes it tough to get your foot in the door. What ultimately led you to decide to go with the Quintrix program?
One of the people that I had talked to in around my area had recommended that the best way to get into software development, the best way to get into the field that I really wanted to do was to find stuff that was automation and testing related. And that's where I changed the focus of what I wanted specifically for that. And that's what led me to Quintrix from the get-go, from the beginning, a friend in the area.
Perfect. Good. So tell us a little bit about the training, a little bit more in depth. I know Alex asked you about that earlier, but if you could share some things that were memorable to you while you were in the training.
The things that were memorable, I liked the fact that the training involved working on projects with other people, because it gave me my first taste of working on a team with others, or at least one of the first big tastes of that. In my previous experience, I didn't have too much. I did have projects at college that were that way, but most of the time it was split up your work and do it by yourself, and and then they just expected you to complete your own work. Whereas for this, working on a team and getting and simulating a sprint with a team was was something that I found to be very helpful.
Perfect, perfect. So tell us a little bit about, from your perspective, the process. What, when you first found Quintrix and how you ended up in the class and then ultimately working.
So first, I applied to the program, and then I had a few interviews to see where I was and whether or not um, whether or not they wanted to take me on. And after multiple interviews, I got the offer to go into the program, and I said yes because I definitely wanted to do it.
Good, good. Um, would you recommend Quintrix to others? And well, would you recommend Quintrix to others? Well,
Yes, I think I would definitely recommend Quintrix to others. A lot of times it's very difficult to get into this field. I learned from friends. There's a lot of people in my area who've had similar difficulties. One of my best friends who's lived here who I met while at one of our attempted interviews for something, he certainly, we bounced ideas off each other, and we discovered how difficult it really was to enter this field.
yeah, good, good. And Samuel, just quickly, if anybody were any of our prospective candidates who are out there now looking to start some sort of a program, if they had any questions and wanted to contact you on LinkedIn, and maybe chat with you a little bit more in depth about the Quintrix experience, would that be okay if they contacted you?
Yes, if somebody wants to contact me on LinkedIn to ask about the Quintrix experience, I'm more than willing to respond.
Perfect, perfect. And we'll go ahead and add your LinkedIn info to this. But again, Sam, I just wanted to thank you for speaking with us and sharing your story. As Alex said, we always like to hear what our candidates and associates are up to post training and get a feel for how everything went for them. So thank you again.
Yes, thank you very much, Samuel. And make sure you have a good evening. And we look forward to hearing from you in the future about any of your experiences. Is there anything that you need? You can still always reach out to anybody at the company. And we're always going to be here for you. It's one of the good things about Quintrix too. We definitely want to make sure that you understand you have continued support. So if there's anything that you ever need, just feel free to reach out to us as well.